For millions around the world, Stephen Hawking brought the heavens down to earth. As much pop culture icon as astrophysicist, showing off his wicked sense of humor on the Big Bang Theory.
Professor Hawking, it's an honor and a privilege to meet you, sir.
I know.
And The Simpsons.
Sometimes the smartest of us can be the most childish.
Even you?
No, not me.
The most famous scientist since Einstein, proving the mind can triumph over the body's greatest challenges. Hawking was diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, when he was just 21. Doctors expected him to live just 2 years. He ended up exploring the universe from a wheelchair, speaking through that electronic voice.
My illness has meant that I cannot use pencil and paper, so I have to do things in my head.
Hawking's work on black holes and relativity, a turning point in modern physics. And even if you didn't understand his theories, he made you want to. In 1988, skyrocketing to fame with his book, A Brief History of Time, Hawking never let his disability hold him back, meeting popes and presidents, flying in hot air balloons, even floating in zero gravity. A man who lived a life as vibrant as his mind.
I have a beautiful family, and I have been successful in my work. One cannot expect more.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.